Independence Day, but I'm being in a Abaka Samuma. You wait, you won't Azoye. I was doing Papa. Oh, yeah, Azusia. If you were you know what the chassis, with education, you wait know what the chassis. Ball, with football, you wait know what the chassis. Let me tell you, I'm born and you will too. You great, know what it shall I say. You great, you want to papa. You got faith. You got faith. You got faith. You got faith. Yaruba. 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 TW Radio 88.9. Yenye school for Wofi. Wahim Fala. Atonsubo Chrome. Wahim Fala. Into Wofi Ashanti region. Na Wabaha. Oh wow. Now Independence Day celebration. Yeah, my neighbor crack and baby kakache. What say about some of what happened Independence Day? We are one in the
To be here on this day to honor our forefathers, because my people were taken from this land. They didn't go by choice. It wasn't a migration like I saw in the books that they give my children, my school children. As a teacher, it was a migration. No, ma'am, no, sir, it was not a migration. It was by force. And they put us on the plantation to work the land, not for our good, but for the good of them, also the oppressors. So thank you.
Thank you so very much for, in fact, as far as I'm concerned, you just travel all around the world and come back to us here in Ghana. So congratulations that you came back home to find what normally we would say.
Are you a citizen now?
I'm not a citizen yet.
Okay,
Not
but you
yet.
will be soon.
Yes.
I will be soon.
Yes. So welcome back home, and shout out to Mr.
Mr.
Trey.
Trey.
Okay. So I think that you being here is a testament to what we're all talking about when we ask the question, have we fulfilled the vision? I think one of the visions is ensuring that every child of Mother Africa, anywhere across this world, can reconnect back home to Mother Africa. I know that from historical references, the Osadipu Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, Martin Luther, and Malcolm X met to bring that unity before we know that Malcolm and Luther were taken out of here. We also know if we go back, like Morgan just mentioned, Marcus Garvey was all about one Africa for Africans, as everywhere else is for everybody else, you know. So, Aquaba, back home. Okay. Any other thoughts, Morgan?
Okay. Now I want to ask. You see, you are an African, proper one. You did not migrate, but you were taken by force to, let's say, overseas. So, were you able to continue with your culture, or with time everything has faded, and now you behave, you talk, you do everything like the Europeans?
I think my situation might be a little bit different because I do have a lot of culture coming from the Louisiana area, the New Orleans area. Yes, so we have actually kept a lot of what the people, our ancestors, brought from Africa to America. So our food is a lot like your food.
Really?
My gumbo is much like your soup. Even using okra gumbo. So it's a lot like your okra soup. No, you tell me that. I'm sorry, no, we can't, no, we already have mashed potatoes, that doesn't count, that's when we lost our culture. Yeah, but you have jollof rice, and we have jambalaya, so it's a lot similar, yes, to those dishes. But overall, we lost an awful lot of culture, and I don't quite know what my identity is as an African woman. I want to know more. And because of my connection now to Ghana, I'm able to tap into that. I love the banku and tilapia. I love the fufu and the light soup. I love it, the ground-up soup. So yes, I'm reconnecting and I'm learning more of my culture. So I'm confused. A lot of people like me are confused. We have a little bit of our African roots and a lot of the colonial influence. Yeah, so a lot of us are
there is research available that says that we hung on to a lot of the African culture. Confusion reigns, but there are pockets, like in South Carolina, where there wasn't as much influence, and the Africans were allowed, if you will, to maintain some tradition. But even in lightweight research that I did for myself, I found out that I was trying to look at the lessons that grandmothers were teaching their grandchildren and trying to compare them to lessons that I understood as being African culture that didn't get lost in the Middle Passage. They are the same. So African American grandmothers are telling their grandchildren the same thing that your grandparents taught you in many cases. But the problem is we don't know which land they're connected to. Because when we are put on the boat, we're separated. When we get to New Orleans or to Atlanta or to New York or wherever, Virginia, same thing. So what we have to do is to understand so the confusion is that Africa as a continent is so big with so many different ethnic groups and so much culture that we've got itty bitty pieces and we try to cling to it, and in some cases let it morph into something else. But the root is the root. So it's like Dr. Nkrumah said, we're African because Africa was in us.
Okay, so I'll move the conversation into another area. And the question now is, what should young people do, or how should young people play? What role should they play in shaping Ghana's future? We know that the future belongs to them. So, and our audience are largely the upwardly mobile youth of the land of Ogua. So what role do you think they play in even shaping Cape Coast as it is, before we can even expand into the whole of Ghana? Can we talk about that for a minute?
Listen, thank you very much once again. City of First, almost everything first in Ghana started in Cape Coast. But unfortunately, we have turned outside down one way or the other, as some of us have come to learn.
W Radio. As we proceed, give you what you need. 68. Good afternoon. Ghana and Oguama, welcome to a special live broadcast from the historic Cape Coast Castle Dungeon, marking Ghana's Independence Day as Ghana Month. I am Kobna Eda, also known as K Eda, and it's an honor to be here with you this afternoon.
And I'm Anthony Aneba, as always. Today, as we reflect on our journey, review our progress, and raise sense for the future, we explore Ghana's road to independence, the role of Cape Coast and Elmina, and the dreams of our founding forefathers and mothers. We also ask, have we truly achieved our vision?
That's an amazing question, and one that needs pondering. Have we truly achieved their vision? Today we have an exciting and thrilling lineup of activities featuring insightful conversations, cultural performances, and great music from our own in-house DJ, DJ Omar. Plus, you, our audience, who will call in and participate in the amazing conversations and discussions that we would have. Indeed, today, this program was originally advertised as a 2-hour programming starting at exactly 12 noon. However, we had a program shift, and now I'm glad to say this is going to be a 4-hour long shift. So get ready, get locked in as we reflect, review, and reset Oguaman, Cape Coast, the city of first, the city of beautiful royal. At this time, let's go into some chronological breakdown of Ghana's independence journey.
Afishapo Ghana man Afishapa. You will be Afishapa will say TWV. Yes, there is some folk a canker crabby is you are playing get among. Era no. Even the early resistance 1471 to 1900. Some people in our history, 1471, Portuguese traders, they arrived on the Gold Coast, initiating marking the start of European ports along the coast. Okay, you see, 1600 to 1800, Dutch, British, Danes established control, intensifying the transatlantic slave trade. In Mr. Morgan, Cape Coast Castle, fought around Central Region, Education Director, on 1874, Britain officially declared the Gold Coast a colony, enforcing direct rule. And in 1897, the Aborigines Rights Protection Society is formed to resist British land policies. In 1900, the Yasantua War, Queen Mother Yasantua of the Ashanti leads a resistance against British rule.
Amazing information. Let's also look at the rise of political activism and nationalism in this same, between the 1900s up to 1940, from 1910s to 1940. In 1999, we know that Casely A. Ford and others formed the National Congress of British West Africa, demanding greater African participation in governance. We also know that in 1925, the Guggisberg Constitution introduced limited African representation in governance. In 1945, the Manchester Pan-African Congress calls for independence across Africa. In 1947, the United Gold Coast Convention UGCC is formed, led by J.B. Danquah and others demanding self-rule. In 1948, the Accra riot, ex-servicemen protesting unfair treatment are shot by the British police, leading to widespread unrest. And we know that in 1949, Kwame Nkrumah breaks away from UGCC to form the Convention People's Party (CPP), calling for self-governance now. Again, calling for self-governance now. Awesome.
Whoa,
Awesome.
whoa. I can say what's your time we are narrowing it to time of Ghana independence. So in 1950, Nkrumah and other CPP leaders organized a nationwide boycott and strikes. He is arrested. Nkrumah was arrested.
Yes.
And in 1951, CPP wins majority in the first election. Nkrumah is released and becomes a leader of government business. 1954, another election sees the CPP winning decisively, increasing demand for full independence.
Wow.
So that's when he demanded full
Independence.
independence. And on 1956, the final elections confirmed CPP dominance, and Britain agrees to independence. And March 6, 1957, today in that Ghana becomes the first sub-Saharan African country to gain independence with Kwame Nkrumah as Prime Minister.
Awesome. And that leads us, or led us, to today where we call the post-independence development. We're looking at 1957 to present day Ghana. So, in 1960, Ghana became a republic, with Kwame Nkrumah as its first president. I'll say that one again, because it was a joyful time in the history of Ghana. In 1960, Ghana became a republic, with Nkrumah, Asajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, as its first president. In 1966, Nkrumah is overthrown in a military coup, and that was a dark time in the history of Ghana, leading to a series of governmental changes. I'll take this part again, the post-independent development era to present-day Ghana. In 1960, Ghana became a republic with the Asajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah as its first president. In 1966, Nkrumah is overthrown in a military coup, when we know that that began the dark era in the historic foundations of Ghana, leading to a series of governmental changes. In 1979 up to 1981, our own Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings leads two coups after and later transitions into democracy. It led two coups and later transitions into democracy. And in 1992, Ghana adopted a new constitution, beginning the Fourth Republic under democratic rule. And it is that same constitution that governs us today in Ghana. And finally, in the year 2000, coming to today, 2025, Ghana experiences peaceful democratic transitions, maintaining its stature as a stable African nation. What an awesome time. What an awesome time. At this moment, what we'd like to do is give little room for our own in-house DJ, DJ Omar, to take us through some classical music era, starting from the 1960s of Ghana's own independence. Thank you. And over to you.
Yɛretwetwe independence ho nkɔmmɔ ma hene mpanyinfo bebree wabɛyɛ ama Ghana na obi a yɛtaa bɔ ne dzin yɛtaa kɛɛ paa ɛyɛ Ɔsagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah inde wɔfrɛ ma maame nya no ba nkɔfo si Nkrumah ne maame so ɔnyɛ agya obi na anka megye mam ho zenzenzen ɔso no Western ɔhɔ nya no ba no Nasiche, Osonianso Central, Nyan Banhanassiche. Na waseja, Nya, Oson Takatawono, Onuna Dodo Nini Senenti, Major Western Yan Banatum, no from Kwame Nkrumah, no mammy. Ain't he in there, Yerbakama Kwame Nkrumah, no one some pea. Ewaha, ye need your bin, your bush, Yeji independence we no. Yehunde Kwame Nkrumah onya positions all African all African leader. Obezi leader of government business. Obeye yen zaman kakakra. Na nankasa beye prime minister ewo Ghana no. Ebe nzama noye. Na indembe retire bakade. Yaka prime minister, yaka president nshinshini yibi woma. Ana brofo krona ni kobia wabadan tilapia na tilapia badan kobia oye the same thing na chehin mukaka na yentie
yo mami abame da sibi mami nchire amanfo de Nkrumah na wenye post akakaka bia na o chance de oye ni zamano o se na Ghana na nwa ko dwun ho wotum zin Ghana national go oye pension Ghana
iyo
o se o din kan see
Ghana National College
yo o din kan see Ghana national plan sana obabe prime minister
otun Ghana National
otun Ghana sana obabe friend no you there plan o kono see no new school so see ni na the same plan
Ghana Kofodia Osan Papa
Ibuako State College Ejumako your friend then Yasantua Mawuli friend even UCCA equal old site wo na plan libya na mami why you there Nkrumah se kan nyama oye ya ade besa
no kwari
wutu nara ojubantu na hu yi
oyi ifi tech
nti runs by 1993 na osan
it's apart from UCC tech Legon
secondary school secondary
school secondary school Ghana National College
secondary school na odoso ko bia bi asenkugba se bi also bi a otu bo play se bi secondary school I want training for the friend. Of course, you go to training. Now, the second school, I go to go play. Look at training. And if you were yes, I do. If you were a Walker State College, if you Mawuli, if you Odos, schools in Odos.
Yeah, the hospital. Oh, your hospital.
What was it? What is it? Baby, oh, Columbian, and the baby, oh, or baby. Columbian on the president, no more Ben, so most like what baby.
It's not over today. Oh, yeah, they can have. As I go for a year, as I be a so come to call. Now, I'm not sure I enter one. Even young culture. Will look on. None of the bay. Oh, Nkrumah, your fat is what bay. Much is or the soft drink for Asebu. Asebu, your soft drinks for your friend Asebu. Damn factory, or the why am I? So I'll cocoa Hawaii. Oh, Hawaii. Your biscuit factory. Yeah. Your jute factory. Okay. Ye would have come in my Kwame Nkrumah na esha oye ebenipa wan kasa nzama ahwe ne achievements na more could esha or surgical doctor Kwame Nkrumah no ya benipa what you make there no you person go o say no president no you want number bibi say Kaunda Nyerere Dada Jawara no ewa Dada Jawara na di Kuma who put it out and was see any shiny in a cassa. Yet, nothing. You know, AI level. Oko. And see, my way in a casa. Oh, none is money. Almost not origin, right? That's 70 bottom plan from 1963 to 70. Say, why we are and Jagani anymore. Nkrumah Nankasa no. Abakele jemoni. Yeah, I've been in maybe when factories or organ. BBA, you are. Then get down on the buyer. Glass factory. Glass waha. A tie. A crap. What kind of tie? Say, no, over Kaka. Example, we moved now. Why for one? Cut the button over you. It's all better than factories. Town factories. Yeah, sure. One and two pounds.
Kotoka, Afrifa, Ale, and then Kakao, where police for 9 soldiers who to
What happened?
and there was there on Mamma, young witch. I want you to know on you. What's it? Come on, my young witch. I think so. They be the away, but so land is and the propaganda no goes. Sit in the air. Propaganda no goes. Obi a baby out there, and then what you're going to know.
And I'm coming, you never
will. So who shall use no school now? Shooting. Nana, not trousers, not shedding a walk. Was it where the mean? Was the new books name and Anya Papa? When you go to your park or shooting now, so the first I will be a bishop show the Ibra. Ebay. What you book?
I will walk on you, woman who be
Fabra.
No, we start.
I'm found back or plus over.
In Tina, a Tanana, you're not a gun for so what can I know?
Let's say a movie. I did school for them. Near the Make Day, Tama, Otu Bam, 145. Was over so her life. What's saying, one I am to watch her and so one I am so in some Yama in Janaka. Fingers in Kuma. Which will be a book, will be a book. Book will not tell me. Now, I'm ready to be now. Book will be Saba. What one way in what
yeah, you shall have a kind of family or yeah, or
what's it there? Oh, I mean, me more yet. And painful was it there? Groma or the Yinska catching, you know. The man, you know, I'm when I want to watch the P. Now, it's got to be an I watch one way. Okay. Yeah, the whole Africa. So many heads of state for school floor.
Wow. Yes, today you wait and I'll go to African countries.
President
Cabra was a family conquer per day, was the African Nado, Bay African president.
No one also be that. Make some AU, not some Chawa.
Yes, Bessie. Yes, Bessie. Yeah, and common as you would die, your live performance from Trump traditional. When you met together, coffee, Brahmins, agree, horrible, yes, Barbro, Trump traditional. Mananto, Trump traditional, saying, Yuma was it's a TW88.9. I say, yeah, no woman found me. I don't want to yeah, no opinion. Now, when you mean a champ, what's up, friend? They will
That's how we end the show this afternoon.
Yes.
Thank you. Our location, you can find us